Well, they finally did it. Apple just announced Logic Pro for iPad, and it's looking like it will be the made-for-touch pro-grade digital audio workstation that iOS music makers have been crying out for years. Here's everything we know so far. It really looks like Apple have managed to bring across Logic wholesale onto the iPad. Having said that, things do look a bit different than they do on the Mac version, and the app's interface has seemingly been rebuilt around touch, thankfully. Some features that immediately jumped out to me are the inclusion of Logic Pro's souped-up beat sequencer and the desktop program's version of Live Loops. An almost Ableton-like approach to plugins. A compact view puts the most essential controls for your plugins at your fingertips, and then you can swipe to see all the plugins on your track at a glance, and double tap a tile to access the full version of the plugin. This looks like a really good way to keep things tidy in a plugin-heavy project. Just like on Mac, you can open Garageband for iOS projects in Logic Pro for iPad, and then carry on mixing and creating and adding new stuff with all the Pro features, bells and whistles that Logic Pro brings. You can also export projects to Logic Pro on Mac. Note there's no word if that's a two-way street, or if, like GarageBand on iOS, you can only export to Mac and not back again. We'll have to wait and see for more info on that one. You can dig right into the details of your tracks with detailed automation and precise edits using the Apple Pencil apparently, and you can use a Magic Keyboard or Smart Keyboard folio case for keyboard shortcuts. Apple have been really smart here by giving users a variety of different ways to control the app. Apple Pencil support in particular really appeals to me and my big fat sausage fingers. And hopefully that emphasis on fine automation control means you'll be able to automate everything you can in the desktop version. And taking a closer look at some of the screenshots on Apple's Logic Pro for iPad page, it certainly does seem to be the case. Apple integrated what looks like an intuitive browser for instrument patches, audio patches, loops, samples, plugin presets, and live loop patterns. But they also mention that a predictive filtering system makes it easier than ever to discover that perfect sound. Kudos for not jumping on the bandwagon and naming this an AI-powered filtering system, Apple. I'm really keen to see what exactly this is. Other stuff ported across from the desktop version of Logic includes a full-fat version of the Alchemy synth, Logic's famous Simple sampler, the Chromaverb reverb plugin, and the Drum Machine Designer, amongst other things. When it comes to mixing, Logic Pro for iPad comes with channel strips, volume faders, pan controls, plugin slots, sends, and automation, and track stacks. Absolutely incredible stuff. This looks like, in terms of available features anyway, a one-to-one recreation of Logic Pro on Mac, albeit rebuilt around a touch interface. You'd assume that this powerful new pro-grade music production app will require Apple's most powerful pro-grade devices to run, right? Well, no, actually. In fact, Apple say that Logic Pro will run on any iPad with an A12 Bionic chip or newer. So that's the iPad mini 5th gen, the iPad Air 3rd gen, the 8th gen iPad, and the 2018 iPad Pro. It seems like Apple have learned their lesson from that whole Stage Manager fiasco, though it remains to be seen how this app will run on older hardware. We'll just have to wait and see, I think. Also, you'll need to be running iPadOS version 16.4 or later to install the app. At the dismay of many iOS musicians, in fact, I think I can hear the Audio Bus forum imploding as we speak, Apple have gone for a subscription model when it comes to pricing for Logic Pro. You can either pay $4.99/£4.99 per month, or $49/£ £49 per year. There will be a 1-month free trial as well when it releases, which is quite nice. Disappointing? Maybe. Surprising? Not at all. All of Apple's software services of late have been tied to a monthly subscription. Apple Fitness Plus, Apple Arcade, Apple News Plus, the list goes on. Subscriptions are not popular in the iOS music making community, with only Michael Tyson's generous Loopy Pro upgrade model really finding any kind of favour, so it'll be interesting to see how this one plays out. That's pretty much everything we know about Logic Pro on iPad at the moment. It releases on the 23rd of May, and remember, you can get that free trial if you fancy checking it out. I would love to hear your thoughts on this, so make sure and leave a comment down below and let me know what you're thinking about Logic Pro on iPad, especially when it comes to that pricing model. And if you could give that like button a wee slap on the way past, I'd really appreciate it. Loads more to talk about with this new DAW release, so I'll no doubt see you really soon.